Change it to that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's your boy at Rodzay Visuals. Today we got the platform popping with the Eddie and Rodzay show. Y'all already know what this gonna be about. You know what I mean? A whole lot of content, a whole lot of laughs and jokes, and a whole lot of substance. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and hit on a couple of aspects and see what's going on. Y'all go up in here, y'all come up in here, ping up, man, share the page, man. This is the place where you're gonna get the real content, no fabrication, no adding to the legend. Yes, y'all in here with some real joints. You know what I mean? At least my brother Eddie Abdul used to be. You know what I mean? Turn up, Eddie. What you talking about today, man? Glad to see you pull up for your boy, man. What's
Yeah,
happening?
man, you've been hiding, bro. Where you been hiding at, man? Do I gotta come over there and put an anchor monitor on you or something?
Okay, cool. Okay, so so tell me which Eddie am I gonna get today? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We
put a
we
G put a GPS on your butt, man.
okay, all right. I see how we addressing this already. Already. What's going on? How you looking at this little cleanup thing they got going on for the Olympics, man?
Oh, bro, man, like how we've been saying, man, we've been trying to put it out there to the point where it doesn't matter if you're part of a section or anything like that. They're not targeting it like the groups, the gangs, or the hoods as a whole. They targeting groups. If you out there, you have a group of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. They targeting them individuals for indictments and RICOs because that's what they're gonna try to do to clean up the neighborhood before the Olympics come because they got like 3 more years, 2.5, 3 more years, something like that. So, and you got and see, I don't know, was you around? You was around in '84, but you wasn't around when they did us like that in '84 when they came through like a sandstorm and started taking everybody to jail, regardless of what the charge may be. They would just like putting charges on individuals, getting them off the streets so it can be safer for society. When all them foreigners and stuff start coming in. And you got to look at it as they have a game plan for the gentrification. They have a plan for that, and they have a plan for all these smart homes. And I don't think a lot of people is like paying attention to that. So,
And yeah, go ahead, keep on kicking, kick
so,
your shit.
so the thing is like us as a people have to be mindful, bro. It's like if we don't see it in 3D, that's how stupid we are. Because when you come from the United States ghettos, bro, it's like a lot of us being like in a tunnel vision. We never step outside the box and look, inside the tunnel and see what's going on. So it's a lot of things that's finna transpire, bro. And it's like, and you got to understand, bro, people are just telling on people nowadays, bro. It doesn't matter if you from my era, your era, or this era. Dudes is just dudes is just out here, bro. They're just working. That's their job, And
Yeah,
yeah, sometimes you got a lot of dudes that's eating from both ends of the candles, and that's just the way it be. Because I looked at Big U near Rico, and then I looking at this one right here. Them brothers are young. Them brothers like they was the same age when I got caught up, like 21, 22, 23, 24 years old, and they gonna be basically they can do a dub off their head, because they gonna come home in their 40s, but when you have guys in my generation, we can't do that. We can't go up in there and do all that time because 9 times out of 10, we're not gonna make it up out of there. But it's a lot of stuff that's going on, bro. And especially man, when you're dealing with these minors and foster kids and stuff, brothers got to be careful of that, man. It's gonna be a whole lot of problems dealing with that whole situation right there.
mm-mm-mm.
The so the politics. I was thinking about okay now. Oh, I ain't never been to the feds, right? So you've been to the feds. So tell me how the politics is that when dudes come up in there dealing with minors, like trafficking minors and stuff like that. What is that? How the politics goes with that?
uh, um, See, irrespective to their age, uh, depending on what time they own. it's gonna depend on what level that they reach. Let me tell you, them levels, that low, them camps, and that medium, all them they pussyfooting around with that right there on them type of topics. But that USP, oh boy, they gonna politic you to death about that, man. You know what I mean? What? Hey, it ain't really no way to hide you out there in the outfield on that. You know, they gonna always somebody gonna always bring you up to the table about that messing with them minors, and you're gonna have different demographics such as the East Coast, West Coast. You know what I mean? You got GDs, you got disciples, vice lords, you got what I mean. You got Tango Blast, you got so many different fractions, bro. You know what I mean? Dirty white boys. You got, societies. You got Aryan nations. You got the Sharia. You got, oh man, it's so many fractions that's gonna want to holler at you about that. The Moors, they moving through there. It's so many people want to holler at them. I don't really understand why nobody didn't pump their brakes on that on that ism thing anyway. Considering that all the tourists is gonna have to get up off the plane at LAX, take that Imperial down to Figueroa, all the way down there. You think they gonna allow y'all to create an eyesore coming on the brink of this Olympics? Never.
Yeah, right. Because I was at USC the other day, and they building like the like a brand new tennis facility over there, and
Hmm.
they building like a new football state of the art type facility over there. So when you're going down over there, even over there in the Fruittown neighborhood over there, they
Yeah.
it's like different now. It's not like it's like it's totally different. It's like you find it's like the Rainbow Coalition at its highest level, and
Yes.
you ain't gonna be able to do too much nothing. And then when you driving down the street, you'll see a lot of flock cameras where they get your license plate. Even inside, they don't pay attention to the flock camera because the flock cameras get your license plate, and they can get inside like visual camera pictures of who's inside and all that type of stuff. And if you drive down the street, they like everywhere now.
Yeah.
So right, like they everywhere now. So it's like you can't basically do too much of nothing. But my thing is like if brothers ain't paying attention, brothers and sisters, because you do have some women that's being involved in these type of criminal activities, and brothers and sisters are not paying attention to what's going on, they gonna get caught up, bro. It's not just gonna stop with the '60s. It's not gonna stop with the Hoovers. It's not gonna stop with the gangsters. It's gonna stop with the Bloods, the Crips, the Southsiders, the Mexicans, the whites. Man, they on a mission. It's like the FBI. You know how when the FBI was just targeting like the crime bosses, like um organized crime, and they was just targeting like the high drug offender. Now it's like they reaching down to the low fruit, meaning like the street level individuals. And it's
Yeah.
just like, man, they finna use because you gotta see they made the RICO Act towards they geared that towards created that towards for the like Al Capone and all them type of individuals. So now that it basically cleaned all that up, they going down to the lower levels inside the United States ghettos, and they finna do what they do. You see what Trump did down there in the middle, over there on the east, over there in Washington D.C.
You know what I look at this thing right here. It's so bad right here for California because we so intertwined with the sanctuary thing. We intertwined with the Olympic thing. So it's like we over here. We're a target. We such an eyesore and a target of Trump's objection because for one, he need to go here and clear this out and cripple the Democratic Party by messing with this sanctuary thing. Number two, he cannot have this platform and this Olympics coming out here when dudes out here with this ism and got these toddlers out here selling ass out here on Fig. You know what I mean? Like, he got so much incentives to go ahead and conquer this California situation, and he's donating a whole lot of his resources to over this thing. And I think it's even something more dark and sinister about this thing because USC is incentivized and will push him and just go ahead and politic behind the doors because they could also objectively take the Harlem's hood, they could take the Fruittown hoods after the clear out. You know what I mean?
They're
You
already doing.
know,
They're
the
already doing.
Fody's hood.
Right. They're already doing over there. I know. On. I just we just did a house over there on Jefferson and 12th Avenue. So I know on them blocks they basically it's becoming gentrified. Because we wasn't even we didn't even tear the wall down yet, bro, and they came and just bought the house up.
Yeah,
They ain't even care what it looked like or nothing like that. So you can tell that it's starting to shift.
yeah,
Gears started to shift. And just like you said a long time ago, man, it's gonna be to the point, man, when you wake up one day, if the games still do exist, later on down the line, I don't know if I'm gonna be here or you're gonna be here, but you might have a white boy, an Asian, black, Hispanic,
yeah,
everybody, it's like a rainbow coalition claiming one turf.
yeah,
So it's geared towards that. So it's like, and then it might just eradicate altogether. So I
yeah. Because the policy, everybody doing away with the policy right now. Ain't nobody shackled by the policy. And even the dudes that thought they were shackled by the policy is getting behind them walls right now and debriefing like, hey, it's either the family or it's gonna be this hood thing. Easy call. You know what I mean? So and you planting these seeds and letting these people know that the streets is a myth and that people is gonna jump the gun before them. Oh man, come on. If y'all can't see what's going on, man, y'all missing a good game. Y'all missing a good game out there. You know what I mean? Y'all need to come on and wake up, man. We've been preaching this thing for a while, and I don't know what it's gonna take for y'all to wake up. But hey, if y'all like it, I love it. You know what I mean? What we talking about right now, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a rundown. We talking about Los Angeles. We on the brink of throwing the Olympics, and on the brink of throwing the Olympics, they over here coming down with the RICO on all type of fractions. They came down with the RICO on the 60s. Now they just came down with the RICO on the Hoovers. You got P4 and them out of the jungles caught up in the jam with this situation. You know what I mean? And it just seemed like it's such something more sinister to come. And we just talking about how it may trickle down to the Fruittown, to the Harlems. You know what I mean? To the 40s. You know what I mean? Because it's all incentivized. We got it in the places that's the eyesore. What you think?
I think I don't think too much of the Fruit Town because if you go over there right now, because we go over there and work out a lot over there, it's like it's already didn't happen over there. You still have some blacks still over there, so to speak, but for the most part, I think that's done already over there. Because they buying up all the property over there. They buying it out. And then if you do have some black owners that own homes over there, I think they rent them out to the students and stuff like that, which is good, which is cool. But they USC they already basically they done took that section over, so to speak, almost already, bro. So now I don't know about the Harlem. I just know it's just like a little bit, just slowly but surely over there in that particular area. So I see some of that going on over there, but they still holding on to what they need to hold on to, and which is good. They need to hold on to them properties because the market value is going to skyrocket. And you know how when I was growing up, the houses in Carson, my mother house only costed like 30 grand. This day now today it's probably like $1 million. 800 900 $1 million. So it's up to the kids, of our parents to hold on to the property because some kids they'll get the property and they'll just sell it because they just want the bread, and they're not even, they don't look at the bigger picture and a long overhaul. Like if they hold on to the property, it's more value, and a lot of people, a lot of parents, they should put their homes in the living trust so the kids can't never sell it. You know,
Yeah,
so it'll never go through probate. It'll never go through certain things of that nature. So they need to do that so they can always have something to fall back on.
yeah, because all these youngsters right now are on gang drugs and all type of stuff right now. You know what I mean? It's some good youngsters out there. Let me not go ahead and just say everybody, you know what I mean? But we living in the gang culture in Los Angeles right now, and we got this ism on Figueroa, and we got this whole Operation Draws down there shedding a whole different light on the culture out here. You know what I mean? So, um to objectively speak, as people be speaking of on black people, as a whole, they say we own BS, but it is a lot of black people that's cool. But it is what it is. Unilaterally, the masses is gonna be the ones that go ahead and paint us with the broad brush, right? Go ahead. Let's talk about some shit. You know what I mean? What you feeling?
I ain't feeling nothing. I just be tripping off how a lot of dudes be speaking on things they have no knowledge about. I be tripping off dude how they get mad because I fight for my little bro. And it amazes me, man, how dudes be stepping out there, bro, and they don't really know too much of nothing. But they gotta understand, bro. It's like if they have a loved one or a comrade or somebody that has been done injustice inside the system, and he has an avenue, a way up out of there, and dudes ain't trying to help that individual try to get up out of there, they'll feel some type of way too. But these dudes be emotional attached to um whatever that hood status or the reputations and stuff like that, bro. No damn well they can't with their reputation, they can't cash no check with it. They take it to the bank and get a loan. They can't get no credit score with it. They can't do nothing with their reputation. So they have it's like these brothers, man. A lot of these brothers be like having this third grade education and they just be riding off emotions, and it's like, dude, it's like, how do you don't see that you have an individual here and another individual can help him, and you think it's okay for this dude not to help him? So I be having a problem with that. That's why I be saying, man, I don't be really caring too much of nothing what these dudes be talking about or what they saying. They not gonna spin the block. They're not gonna pull up. They're not gonna play ball. They're just gonna sit there and talk bad behind your back or something like that. They might try to convince a youngster to go out there and do something, but if the youngster go out there and he don't know what he doing, he might not even go home. And then if the youngster go out there and try to do something and he get caught, he gonna tell on them anyway. So it's always a lose lose type of situation when you're dealing with certain things. So I'm gonna keep on fight for little bro, man, regardless of what these clowns is talking about.
Okay, so I get what you basically trying to say right now. What people don't understand, let me give y'all some perspective what's going on. Okay. We've been beating this drum about this uterus situation. We've been beating this drum about the Petey Wack situation. Petey Wack a snitch, uterus a snitch, and a whole lot of other people that done broke the bylaws of this game. And then you'll have somebody that just go ahead and come and step into this whole huster business, you know what I mean, just because it's online and they're going to say, okay, we can commentate. Okay, journalism is journalism. We over here trying to make a sandwich and you open your mouth, so we gonna go ahead and put you between these two pieces of bread. We talking about gangster. We talking about bride dog. We talking about the dudes that been going against everything that we going against. We tell them uterus bad. Boom, here go the paperwork. After they done fought so hard for this man, we just told them that PD Wack was bad. This man just sat here and just pounded his drum. Man, hey, he did a commercial for PD Wack, man. Sound like Peter Wack had you oppressed or something. You know what I mean? And you talking about you bragging about Peter Wack during the time that we wasn't even getting along. Huh? Was we even getting along in them times? Huh?
Nah, we won't. Nah, him and Petey Wack probably had a different relationship, but us, nah. But
It
for
was
us,
up. It was up on the streets at that time with them.
yeah. But still, though they probably was, but they still
Yeah.
had like they had that. You know how dudes have different
Yeah.
a personal relationship with. He probably had that. I would give him that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like me personally, whatever they have, other people have going on, I don't care. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like if I have something going on trying to free little bro, don't get up on this jack man talking about I wouldn't do this, he can't do that, and man, get the hell up out of here with that, bro. There's no justice in none of that.
You know what's so funny is this. Okay, so they know that there's some injustice that went on, right? And they know deep in
Mhm.
their heart and their confidence, they know that this going on. They know that that's their homeboy that been sitting behind that wall for 38 years. They know that they done carved the lane into this youth intervention, grassroots shit, grid shit, all this stuff, right? Huh?
Right.
Why not use that as a tool to get bro on out? Y'all up in the lane.
Come on, man. They're not gonna do that, bro. You know why they're not gonna do that? First of all, them dudes are selfish. They only think about, what they think about. You have a lot of brothers up in there, not just my little bro. You have a lot of brothers up in there that's been done, unjustly up in there. So it's just like them dudes don't use whatever the lane they are in, they have access to look back and try to pull the brothers up, up out that jungle back out into the real society. They not gonna do that because they just selfish. Because a lot of these dudes, they just be want the spotlight on themselves, and they so stupid. If they be an advocate towards something, they say, man, this what burns me up, bro. Because I'm Muslim, right? And dudes be like, "Oh man, you drop your flag, you denounce 60." Yeah, hell yeah. I don't represent that shit no more. I'm a Muslim. I don't care what nobody say, and that's just what it's gonna be. However, you're not, if I come from that section, you're never going to be able to take away from my history because my history it comes from that, So I don't speak on to whatever they got going, their political politics that they have going on now or what they got. I don't care about none of that. It's like if I see some injustice that went on when I grew up, it's like ain't nowhere in the world, bro, that we would have ever touched the penitentiary if our older homeboys would have ever told us that that shit was like that, right? Ain't nowhere
Mhm.
in the world if we would have touched the penitentiary if if our older homeboys would have told us, man, that they had confidential informants, dudes was already out here telling and working, and you got spies in each and every group and organization, you know. If they would have been telling us that at a young age, in our feeble age, bro, we would have never ever probably been down that road. We would have never went down that road. So it's like now that we're sitting here, we're trying to enlighten certain individuals. They don't like that. They try to keep that old guard, that old flame alive. Man, that shit been dead, bro.
It ain't no old guard alive when the nigga work for the police and the nigga been making statements and the nigga done put people in jail. You know what I mean? Orchestrated it. You know what I mean? For a dude to go ahead and take the fall. So, come on, man. A dude ain't gonna be shackled by no type of policies and all that sort of stuff when everybody been voiding the policy. You know? Man, come on, man. You know,
Like, ain't no right.
do you know how many people this man done fought for, done put in jail through the grid and all type of stuff? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. A foul is a foul, and we ain't said nothing about it. The man was, all we could say is he doing his job until you get to seeing that this man is extorting, and this man selling pounds, and this man doing this, and this man got color raps and all this old stuff. That's when it get colorful to me, right there. That's when he start painting the colorful past for me a little bit too much for me to bear, and that's what got him up in there. But I- bro, people getting old. I don't fault you for sitting here fighting for your brother that went down
Oh
for
man.
some BS, bro. You know what I mean? And I think it could have been these dudes could have easily went on and wrote stuff to the board and all type of stuff because he been programming all type of stuff. It's 2-3 could have been trying to get him up 2-3 ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
But
all type
hey,
of ways, but it's like everything's in motion now, alhamdulillah. But it's just a fact, man. Like, and if you don't know, you don't know. If you guys got an opinion on something, it'd be like dudes that don't be from over there that don't know what's going on because everybody over there know what's going on, bro.
yeah,
Everybody know what's going on. Everybody know the interactions of it. They know the truth behind it. They know the history behind it. It'd be like outsiders that don't really know what's going on, and it'd be
yeah.
dudes like my son age. Like, dude, what are you talking about? How you gonna form an opinion or something? You ain't all you doing is grabbing information off the internet. You don't know nothing. You
Yeah, and
know,
you outsiders, you really can't even say anything about anything that we sitting up here talking about. You're gonna have to take it. Have we led you guys astray so far, thus far? Everything that we've been saying right now, we've been sounding like Cleo or something around here. Huh? Haven't it been coming to fruition? Don't it look like they side have been misleading you? Because they've been saying no, 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 and look around. Yes, 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 yes. Huh? And that's just for gangster beating the drum for Petey Wack. It's other dudes that I just seen soon as the content came out and you spoke on it, they started posting Petey Wack. Oh, Rodney Glaze. How you feel about that?
now what do you say? They running content on PWAC.
Like they saying, like I feel like it was a dog whistle. Like soon as you spoke your piece about the PD whack with the crazy D and all that old stuff,
Hmm.
and the grand scale of thing, dudes start posting pictures. Dudes up out of the rolling 60s from out of the section start posting pictures, like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, bro. Because look, bro. Because it's like this, bro. It doesn't matter. You got to understand, man, that the brother is on the opposite side of the ball, and some dudes is not. They're gonna be looking at it like, man, f that dude or something like that. That's how they're gonna look at it, bro. You know how the game go, and it's always selective. So, irregardless of what somebody do from over in that section, bro, you're gonna have dudes that agree with it, and then you're gonna have dudes that don't agree with it, but 90% of the dudes gonna roll with the wrong, and there's only gonna be a small percentage that's gonna be on the right side. So it's always gonna be like that, bro. So
So what's gonna be your breaking point when they keep on thumbing their nose and still riding and beating this PD whacking uterus agenda as if it's just they just
nah, but they breaking. They already made their breaking point, man. It's already falling into. It's already falling in. It all falling in place, bro.
ain't it?
Right, it's already falling in place. So I don't really have to do too much of nothing. I'm just sitting back and I'm just okay. That's y'all for staying. So when everything starts falling into place, they're gonna be like they're gonna call holler foul and they're gonna start pointing the finger at the people that had nothing to do with it, like always.
Yeah, ain't that for sure? I could see it. I could dig it. I could dig it. Read some of these comments that's going on, man. The people been up in here. Hey, y'all like, comment, and share the page, man. We up in there cooking right now. You know what I mean? We telling y'all what it is, what it and what it ain't, man. Can't nobody tell y'all anything about the section other than some joints from around that thing. You can't be going to no peons, no kids, no adoption. You know what I mean? No surrogate 60s. You know what I mean? We talking to some people that really done came up out of that concrete, born and raised up out of that get down. You know what I mean? You know? So hey, when we get to pushing this and telling y'all what it is, man, it's concrete. Take it to the bank, go ahead and cash it. You know what I mean? And if you ain't feeling it, go ahead and swallow that like a hairball, my nigga, and stay in your lane because you ain't from over this thing. Obviously. What's up though? Read some comments. You see anything that you like that you want to touch on?
I see awkward beginnings. He said he said the love with the message that you guys are doing. Keep pushing the message.
King Ross say gangsters should mind his own hub and dub business. Awkward beginnings.
Yeah, awkward. That's awkward beginnings to brother.
Okay.
What's
Okay.
up?
Hood boy. What's up, cuz old neighborhood? What's up, hood boy?
He
You
said he grew
already
up in the
know.
hood. He grew up hood boy. He on 10th Avenue.
Yeah, off 10. That's my
How old-
cousin.
oh yeah, he a youngster.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Mhm.
You know
Have
what
you
I
been
mean?
have you been over there lately, bro? You see what's going on over there?
Oh man, come on, man. Everybody can see what's going on every time. Man, you know what? If I just rode down Crenshaw and there be too many police right there, that let me know don't even hit the back street. I'd be like, yeah, this ain't it right here. You know what I mean? But it's still been cool and safe. It probably been better to play that little gas station when on the nip day when they was throwing out the when they was giving out the bus passes and all that stuff. You
Right,
know,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was real. That was real. That they pulled that off without a hitch. That was safe. Los Angeles went up for Nip. Nip went on. Nip still making an impact on Los Angeles on the culture as a whole. Metro just honored him and put his picture on their thing. You know what I mean? We out here partying for Nip out here on the West Coast, and we appreciate it everybody else do and keep on and continue on your marathon. You know what I mean? Pound it, bro. Birthday pass, man. Long live hustle.
And I went down 10th Avenue, bro. It doesn't look the same, man. I was like, man, that's crazy, man. It was like, it looked like I just never seen that part. Like, you know how like it'd be a bunch of trash cans outside. It just looked just dirty. You can't. There's no parking. It just like it just like everybody's like ants. Everybody's saturated together. There's a whole bunch of Hispanics on the block. I remember that whole block was just like black. Right. It's
Yeah.
like and now it's like you have blacks and Hispanics over there. You know, I even seen a couple of white people over there. So because I walked down from, I was raised in 6419. I still have family over there. So when I came out the apartments, I walked down the street and I walked all the way down to 60th. And then I came back and I was just checking everything out. And I was like, man, this stuff is totally, totally, totally different, you know. And rightful so, everything, change with time. Ain't no more hanging out over there. If you don't, it's like if you don't. I remember you can just go in the back of the apartments. You can't even hardly do that no more without a key or hitting the gate
No.
or. I
No,
was
bro, it's
like,
cold. Nah, bro. No, I don't know if you understand right now, bro. The climate over there in the section, bro, it's cold as Baltimore. I'm talking about nigga. It's summertime, but the climate of the section, man, it's cold as Baltimore, man. Dudes over there is hiding between buildings. You know what I mean? Dudes waiting for the other shoe to land. Everybody looking at one another as if everybody is a suspect. You know what I mean? Man, right now I wouldn't even want to be around there, man, because some people gonna be off gang drugs. Some people don't have the mental capacity to pull back and be able to, you know, mental, just pull it all together, man, and just be able to see the trees for the forest, man. That's all I'm saying. I just can't see myself in it, man, right now, man. I got too much at stake, and God bless me. I'm gonna stay loyal to my blessings right now.
you've been out of it. How long you been home now? 3, 4, 5 years?
Man, I'm going on 3. It's been
Yeah.
good. I've been getting to the chili. Got credentials. You know, YouTube on the side. We got events coming up. You know, we got projects. uh, I've been living the studio life a little bit. Man, you already know, man. Do a million things and hopefully get a million from one of them.
All right, bro. I just came to pull up on you, see you was at, man, making sure you was alive. I had to put I do like them boys downtown, man. Go put one of them monitors on your feet, man, so I can know where you at.
But
Make sure you're alive.
man, we just gonna leave out on the Kurt Franklin tip. We ain't gonna talk about these buster ass niggas and
Nigga,
none of
go
this
ahead,
shit.
man. Go.
No, fuck that, nigga. You can't get up out of here, nigga. Nigga, I want pork chop, Eddie. Oh, nigga, you keep coming in here with this motherfucking bullshit. Nah, y'all already know, man. Y'all heard it from me and your nigga, man. Y'all heard it. It was the Eddie Boy and Rodzay show. Real content, man. No fabrication, man. Y'all got it from us, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share the page. We out.